Hi friends, after a short break, I am here in front of you to continue the classes for you. Today's our topic is placenta previa. Placenta previa is a complication of pregnancy which is characterized by the placenta partially or completely cover the internal os. The internal os means opening of the cervix into the uterus. During pregnancy, placenta can be located at anywhere inside the uterus, but normal implantation will be in the upper pole of the uterus, whereas in case of implantation in the lower pole of the uterus can lead to placenta previa. Usually, the placenta previa can be expected in the second and third trimester. The incident reveals that once in 200 pregnancies, we can expect this placenta previa. Next, we'll see the causes and risk factors of placenta previa. The first cause and risk factor is previous uterine surgery. Women who have had a previous cesarean section or D&C or other uterine surgery are at a higher risk. Second one is multiparity. Women who have given birth multiple times are at a high risk. Third one is advanced maternal age. Women over 35 years old are at a higher risk. Fourth one is multiple gestation. Women carrying twins or other multiples are at a higher risk. Fifth one is smoking. Smoking during pregnancy can increase the risk of placenta previa. Sixth one is previous placenta previa. Women who have had placenta previa in a previous pregnancy are at a higher risk. The last one is abnormalities of the uterus. Women with the abnormalities of uterus such as unicornuate uterus are at higher risk. So these are the causes and risk factors of placenta previa. Here I will explain about the classification of placenta previa. Placenta previa could be classified into four ways. The first one is placenta previa marginalis. Second one is placenta previa partialis. Third one is placenta previa totalis, and the fourth one is placenta previa with accreta. So we will see one by one. Placenta previa marginalis. In this case, placenta is located in the edge of the cervix. Next is the placenta previa partialis. Here the placenta is partially cover the internal os. In case of placenta previa totalis, placenta is totally cover the internal os. Whereas in case of placenta previa with the accreta, the placenta is too deeply inverted into the uterine wall. So these are the classifications of placenta previa. Now I will explain the signs and symptoms of placenta previa. From the clinical presentation itself, we can understand it is placenta previa. In case of placenta previa, mother can experience a fresh vaginal bleeding which will be bright red in color with or without abdominal contraction. The most of the cases mother never experience uterine contraction, but in some cases mother can experience abdominal pain or uterine contraction. The other symptoms are headache, abdominal pain, abdominal tenderness, fetal heart rate abnormalities in case of fetal distress, or in some case mother experience severe back pain also. Next will be the diagnostic measures of placenta previa. So as I said you just before, from the clinical presentation itself we can identify it is placenta previa. So the mother will be having a fresh bright red vaginal bleeding with or without uterine contraction. So in order to confirm the diagnosis, we can go for ultrasound scanning. If the ultrasound scanning is not clear, we can go for MRI scanning. Also, we can do the color Doppler in order to identify any sign of placental insufficiency. Next will be the management of placenta previa. The management of placenta previa depends on the severity of bleeding, the gestational age, and overall health of the mother and fetus. The first management is bed rest. Women with the placenta previa are often advised to rest in bed to reduce bleeding and prevent further complication. Second one will be the hospitalization. Women with heavy bleeding or other complication may require hospitalization for close monitoring and treatment. Third one is blood transfusion. Blood transfusion may be necessary to replace lost blood. Fourth one is corticosteroid. Corticosteroid may be administered to promote fetal lung maturity in case of preterm delivery. The last option will be the surgical management, that will be the cesarean delivery. Cesarean delivery is often necessary for movement with placenta previa, especially if bleeding is heavy or persistent. Here we reach the complications of placenta previa. The placenta previa can be lead to severe complication including severe bleeding, which can lead to shock, organ failure, or even death. Next one is preterm birth, can occur due to bleeding or other complications. Next one is fetal distress. It can occur due to decreased oxygen supply. The last complication is placenta accreta, which is a condition where the placenta grows too deeply into the uterine wall. So these are the complications of placenta previa. The prevention and nursing management will be displayed on the slide. So now we can wind up our today's section. So next class we will meet with another episode of midwifery topic. Till that, take care. Bye bye.